This tutorial is our final video in our editing series. As with previous videos, I will ask you to open up Elements and the peacock photo so that you can follow along as we go. As you can see from our undo history, we have completed a few steps up to this point. We duplicated our image, which I encourage you to do now. Remember, File, Duplicate. Next, let's quickly adjust the levels by using our shortcut key Control-L and move the levels over so that your screen says 217 on the right hand side for the highlights. Oops, I'm going to undo that because I've already made that adjustment. Next, you want to adjust your brightness and contrast. Next we are going to do the saturation. So Enhance, Adjust Color, and Hue Saturation. Right here we're just going to take the quick version with the master slider, and you're going to move your slider over to about 22. I'm going to cancel that because I've already done this. And lastly, you're going to change the contrast by going to Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Brightness Contrast. You're going to bring your contrast slider over so that it's at 9. Okay, so now we are all caught up and ready to sharpen the image. Sharpening should be the final adjustment you make to your photo. You can auto sharpen your image if you like, but we're going to adjust it manually, as this way you have much more control. To access the sharpen command, you go to Enhance, Unsharp Mask. As with all other adjustments, judgment does come to play with the sharpening tool as well. For example, you may not want to sharpen the photo of a newborn too much. You may want a soft touch to a newborn photo compared to, say, a sports photo or a peacock. Let's discuss the various sliders here. A general rule for the amount box is to not go over 120. You can slide your slider if you like, or you can type it in the box, and I wouldn't exceed 120. The radius is usually set at 1. Depending on your photo, you may go as high as 2, but I would go no higher than 2. And the threshold should remain at 0. Now that we have all that looked at, let's have a peek at the feathers right here. You can see the detail so much. Even on the feathers on the wing, you can see it. I'm going to uncheck the preview box and you can see the difference. Let's try it again. So it really does bring out the detail in your photo. As previously mentioned in the saturation video, we are currently doing a blanket adjustment. That is, we are sharpening the entire photo all at once. This is not always the recommended technique, and you will learn later how to select certain sections and sharpen only that section, for example. Like on a baby, I would sharpen the eyes, but soften the face. On this peacock, the tail and feathers could be sharpened, but the background could remain as is. Having said that, let's accept this by selecting OK. Now it's time to see the difference between the beginning and the end result. If I go to my Undo History tool and I click on the Duplicate Image step, I will bring the photo back to its original state. This is what it looked like when we opened it. And now if I click on the final step, here's what it looks like after editing. Let's look again, before and after. What a huge difference. Great job, folks. So as seen in our Undo History, we have completed all 4 editing steps: levels, hue saturation, contrast, and unsharp mask. Although it seems like a long process, as we've stretched this out over 4 tutorials, it really doesn't take that long to do all at once, especially once you've gotten the hang of it. It is really important to take your time and edit your best photos to optimize your print. Now let's take some time to open some of your favorite photos, edit them so that you can see the difference from the original to the edited version. Don't forget to duplicate and make sure you rename and save it. Great work, folks.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fires